Hey guys, Adrienne Green here, and today I have with me Tevin Holder.
Hey guys.
Tevin is a fabulous buyer's agent on the Auburndale Group team, and she's one of ours that specializes in short and midterm rentals. It's a really great market to be in, great investment opportunity, and so today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of getting a short-term rental here in the Chattanooga area.
Right.
So first thing I would talk about is, AirDNA ranked Chattanooga number 3 on its list of places for vacation rentals in a January article, which was
Incredible.
amazing.
Yeah.
We have seen great returns here for short-term rentals, and it really just emphasized that not only are they great here, but that they're much better than they are in other places. So that was a great thing. And then what happened?
So this month, unfortunately, the city of Chattanooga placed a moratorium on us. In the city of Chattanooga, the limits banning new permits for short-term rentals until January of 2023. They created a special committee to kind of put they're kind of creating new laws and rules for short-term rentals. So unfortunately, until next year, they've kind of put a halt on new permits.
So again, that's in the city limits in the city of Chattanooga. It's a temporary moratorium for about 8 months through January, and they have a special committee that's kind of revisiting the short-term rental ordinance regulations, and we'll see what they come up with in January.
Right, they're having a meeting in a couple of weeks to kind of talk about it. The committee's formed, they're coming together, they're opening it to the public, so I'll definitely be there and hopefully have more news for us.
Yeah, she is all over those city council meetings. It's awesome. Now, the great news is that isn't a deal breaker because, the Chattanooga area, we've got the city, and then we have a lot of areas in this metro area that are really close by. And what I always have to remind clients who are from further away is you're going from one side of the metro area outside the city all the way to the other side outside the city in maybe 30 minutes, right? And so there's plenty of opportunity outside the city limits that are still going to be 15, 20 minutes from downtown and give people a great taste of that while also offering some other benefits. So, Tevin, do you want to kind of talk us through these areas that people can still really take advantage of the great returns here for short-term rentals?
Yeah, and I also kind of want to add on your point, people from out of state, we can leave our office right now and be in Georgia in 8 minutes. Sorry,
yes, 8 minutes to Georgia.
So I think when I talk about Georgia to clients, they get all like, whoa, no, we can leave here and be in Georgia in 8 minutes. So that's wonderful. So the biggest thing I want to talk about now is a couple of areas outside of the city of Chattanooga that have been wonderful. For clients with STRs, the biggest one I want to talk about is Rising Fawn and Lookout Mountain on the Georgia side. So about 15 minutes from here, I would say, is Lookout Mountain. Rising Fawn is probably 20, 25-ish minutes. And the good thing about the North Georgia side is its affordability.
Right.
Compared to here, and then especially compared to other markets with short-term rentals.
So when we talk about affordability, we're seeing clients buy their opportunities there in what kind of price range?
We're seeing, 3-bedroom, 2-3 bathrooms for still around that $300 price range. And that's, with the pretty views, because I think all of North Georgia is beautiful. It has the mountains and the ranges. And so, yeah, we say like 300 to 350 right now. The bigger 4, 5, 6 bedrooms, you're going 500 to 600, which I know that a lot of my short-term rental clients like the bigger houses because you have better returns on the bigger houses.
Right. So you can really be like our market then, as we're saying, maybe 300 to 700 for short-term rentals in the North Georgia area where people can drive into downtown Chattanooga, enjoy all the natural beauty of North Georgia, maybe go down to Cloudland Canyon State Park. And like, as someone who invests in short-term rentals, that's a fabulous range versus other markets where you're looking at maybe starting at 500 and going well above $1 million.
Correct.
Awesome. And so what do people who are going to go stay in those short-term rentals, what are they going to do?
Yeah, so definitely Lookout Mountain. You can be at Rock City and Ruby Falls, which I know everybody in the U.S. knows. You see the Sea Rock City everywhere. You can be in those places in 10 minutes, which is wonderful. And like she mentioned, we have Cloudland Canyons down in the lower North Georgia part. We have Lula Lake. We have DeSoto Falls. We have plenty of outdoor beauty to enjoy.
So if you're trying to envision what kind of, your guest that's going to be in the short-term rental, I would say there's 2 different ones that you're hitting on there. One, families like mine. You know, I've got kids who are 2, 4, and 6, and they love Ruby Falls, they love Rock City, and then the third thing that's right there, and it's right, like all three of these are right by that Georgia line on the Tennessee side, so they're really close to those areas. The third one is the Incline Railroad, so that is one of the biggest attractions here, and especially for families, like every kid, well, not every, all of my children love railroads. Right. And so the Incline Railroad, even though we've lived here for a year and a half, is still my 4-year-old son's favorite thing to do here in Chattanooga. So all of those, and then the second thing you're going to have is you're going to have these outdoor enthusiasts, right? Those people who are going into the hang gliding park, who are going to these wonderful, all these amazing places to hike, these places that have like gorgeous jaw-dropping views. The people are here for like our races. So Lula Lake, I know, is they do races there, and triathlons, mountain biking, all of those outdoor contests, I guess, competitions. Those bring a lot of people to the Chattanooga area, and those people would love to be in this area and have that natural beauty and not necessarily be downtown, especially like if they're here for the Ironman or the half Ironman. Sorry, I'm just like thinking here, but I wouldn't want to stay in downtown when I'm here for the Ironman or the half Ironman, because all those roads are shut down for those races. I'd rather be outside of town and be able to just come in for the race and get out and not be as affected all the time.
Right, and I would add on to that, like when I think of going on vacation, I want to relax, and you know, and like there's obviously pros of being in the downtown area when you're on vacation here, but there's a lot of big pros being, you know, 15 to 20 minutes on the outskirts, because you're getting that peace and quiet, you know, that tranquility of being out there in the mountains. Yeah,
and it's a nice balance of you're in the mountains, but you can go to downtown. Like I think my family would love that, because like we have these kids. We like to be in the country, we like to be away, but then at the same time we're like, oh my goodness, like I don't want to make 3 meals a day, or in the case of children, 5 meals a day. At home, I want to be close enough that I can still go to a restaurant.
Right.
So, perfect. Thank you. Now, I think that gives us a good idea about North Georgia. Are there other areas here around Chattanooga where we're looking for short-term rentals?
I'd say the next biggest thing that we're looking at right now is the Pikeville area. So if you're not familiar with the Tennessee area, Pikeville is next to, or Fall Creek Falls is in Pikeville.
Well, and Fall Creek Falls is a very, very popular state park.
It is. It's huge. I know a lot of people. I grew up around that area. We had a lot of visitors just visiting that Fall Creek Falls area, just because of its beauty. It's well known across, you know, the U.S. as one of the state parks here in Tennessee. And there's plenty of things to do. Like you could probably spend 3 days there just doing all the hikes and the trails and the shopping.
And the lake.
And the lake and the kayaking. And
they even have a pool, because they just built like to give you an idea, Tennessee just built a huge new resort there. And so they have all these amenities, but the demand is much more than that place.
I was about to say, you know, obviously the demand's there. If they're building this huge hotel, the demand's there that they're needing places for people to stay as they come in and visit.
And Pikeville doesn't have hotels or anything like that. It's one of those markets that's really been a vacation rental market. So other than like the lodge on the state park, people are really looking at those short-term rentals. They're on Airbnb, they're on VRBO, looking for places to stay here.
Right. So I definitely think that that's a big area to hit right now. They are also building an airplane landing strip there, just to give you an idea of how popular it's starting to get. Yeah, we love Pikeville. We had a client buy there in January. It's beautiful, and her returns have been great so far.
And give us an idea again of what is our entry price to buy in that market.
So she bought a beautiful, nearly new construction. It was built in 2020, 3-2. It had a pond. It was on over an acre of land, and they got it for like $269.
So sub $300,000, guys. So there's a lot of opportunity here. We can just forget about the city limits issue and just take advantage of all these other resources and areas that have great returns here in the greater Chattanooga area.
Correct.
Well, thank you so much, Tevin, for sharing all your wisdom, guys. Again, if you're looking to get a short-term rental here in Chattanooga, it's one of our specialties as a team here at Auburndale Group. So our contact information is below, and if this video was helpful, please thumbs up the video. That helps us, and subscribe to the channel, because we put out all kinds of amazing content every week.